Barside Spurs podcast, coming to you all the way from the Barside Arms. Joining me for copious amounts of drink tonight is Jamie. How are we doing, Jay?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm absolutely buzzing that we won the League Cup yesterday, and fucking fantastic result. And I'm absolutely buzzing my baps off.
Oh, you haven't watched it then yet?
No. I recorded it, so I'm going to watch it after.
Okay.
Keep it for a rainy day. Yeah.
Yes, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I'm all right.
Nice one. Good. Also joined by Andy. How are we doing, Andy?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah. Yesterday was a bit crap, but apart from that.
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday I did jobs, chores, made some dinner, and watched some football, and then Line of Duty. So
okay, yeah. I saw you tweeting about Line of Duty. I didn't know there was any football on there.
No, yeah, but I didn't understand Line of Duty either. But that's another thing altogether.
All right, we're also joined by Sarah. So Sarah, how you doing? You're all wrapped up there.
Yeah, I'm a bit cold. I think it's because I'm tired. So I'm beanie hat, hoodie, pajamas,
well, the hood's come down. At least the hood's come off.
Oh,
so
yeah.
maybe the heating's being turned on in your tent.
Oh, no.
It's one of those, you're on a glamping holiday in your garden or something.
No, I've just switched locations because I was feeling a bit needy, so I felt like I wanted like a bed and a snug to sit in. So I'm in the snug, basically.
So by 8:30, you'll be lights out and everything. Like no contribution from you. So we'll get our information from you in the first half. Cool. Okay. We're also joined by a legend that is Micky Hazard. How are we doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with all you miserable bastards.
Who said we were miserable? Who said we were miserable? That was
only
for the
joking, guys. You said you wanted your spirits lifting.
The miserable part was for the pre-pod talk. When we go live, it's
have we not started the pod?
Showtime. No, we're live now. But before that, it was but now it's showtime. So we put on our happy faces and pretend everything's hunky dory. So what have you been up to, Micky? You played golf today, is that right?
Yes, played golf today. Played very well. Me and my partner shot 6 under par gross. We played pairs. So it was a wonderful day. Lovely weather. Lovely golf course. There was 8 of us. Ozzy, John Lacey, Mark Falco, John Pratt, myself, Brian Steen, the former Luton player, my son and my stepson.
So just going off piste a little bit. I met Brian Steen, and he's a bit of a potty mouth from all accounts. I mean, was he able to keep a civil tongue today, or was he swearing at every juncture? Because when I met him, he was telling stories about his time at Luton and stuff, and every other word was it was a swear word. Oh yeah, it was fantastic
because he doesn't actually swear a lot with us. Although I suppose he swears a lot because every time he hits a bad shot, he swears. So obviously he swears on every hole.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, I mean he seems like a top bloke, but
he's tops. Really lovely guy. He was my partner today.
Okay. So it was him that did all the heavy lifting for you then? With your 6 under?
To be honest with you, I've came home, right? And I've got such a bad back because I carried him the whole way around. It's a bit like how I felt in 1984.
well, we are going to get onto that. I mean, that is really, that's part of the reason we've got you on. Obviously, when we kind of arranged it, I couldn't believe my luck. I thought, okay, we're going to have you on. We'll talk about 1984, and then we'll also hopefully have a bit of a double celebration because we could talk about yesterday, but that didn't happen. So anyway,
what happened yesterday?
Well, my team played and they got battered. They didn't get battered, but they were a bit poor. So
who do you support?
I know a team I coach for. So it's a women's team. They play on a Sunday. So played our game, got beat, got back in time to watch the football, just in time to see us get beat.
Which game did you watch?
Did you not watch any of the football? You just avoided it all.
No, it's just a distant memory now.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, we're going to refresh.
Memory.
We're going to refresh your memory, unfortunately. So, we'll kick off. So we'll start off with the Spurs game against Spurs women against Man United. So, just keeping an eye on that score, and they got done 4-1, 3-0 down at half time, 4-0 down by 50 minutes, and then I think we managed to pull one back right at the death. Pretty much probably what we'd predict based on kind of form, which is a bit sad, really, because I'm pretty sure both United and Spurs went up to the WSL in the same season, and we're kind of labouring mid-table and they're pushing at the top. Trying to make a fire.
No, just saying. Man United have thrown all the money at it. Money. And also,
Money United, exactly.
Also, I think the FA have helped probably United a lot more because they didn't even have a women's team at that point. So they got massive grants to form that team. They've spent it wisely and continue to spend. So,
yeah, just
goes to show investment in a squad means success. Shock.
Who knew? Who knew? So anyway, we'll gloss over that. So, so the next game we want to talk about, obviously, is the Southampton game. So, sort of first game after a bit of a tumultuous week. It's been very, active, and Ryan Mason came in, took over. First game in charge, probably had one session, probably with the lads. Andy, what were your thoughts on the game?
I thought we started the game pretty much like we've started a lot of games this season. Quite disappointing, quite slow, quite sluggish. But I thought that the best player on the pitch in the first half was Bale. I thought he was superb for us. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was really good to see. And must admit, I can't remember much else about the first half other than them scoring. But in the second half, we looked a different side. So I don't know what Ryan said. I don't know what he injected in them at half time, but he seemed to get a bit more out of them, a bit more energy. And of course, we went on to win the game. It was it wasn't a brilliant performance, but I thought it was really decent. So it was encouraging. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think the first half we really looked at sixes and sevens, and Southampton really deserved their lead. Really, again, actually, weirdly enough, and I think we'll probably come on to talk a bit more about this when we cover the other thing that took place. But for the goal that we conceded, I think someone asked me to try and look at it more from a coaching perspective, which is difficult when you support a team. You just want to watch the game and enjoy it. But Aurier's positioning for the corner, to give away the initial corner, was really poor. Yeah. He kind of got himself the wrong side and allowed I don't know who the wide player was, probably Armstrong, the guy was faced towards the towards the touchline. So he wasn't going anywhere, and he's got wrong side of him and allowed him to turn towards goal, and then he's had to block the cross out for a corner, and then from the corner he's not picked up Danny Ings, who's finished really well. It's a good header, but given the goal that we conceded again on Sunday, we've obviously got an issue with set piece and people making movements and understanding how to cover people's runs. It was just pretty poor. So I thought that was disappointing. Second half, as you say, we came out. a lot better. It was a different team, Jamie, second half. Did you watch the game? I can't remember if you were kind of down at the time or whether you were really into it.
Yeah, I did watch the game. It's funny. I'd completely forgotten that we played them last week. But yeah, I mean, agree with pretty much everything Andy said there. Obviously, we started slowly, picked up in the second half, which was great. Yeah, Bale took his goal well. We'll come on to this, but I'm surprised he didn't start yesterday. But all in all, really, we were fortunate in the end. I think we got that penalty, which I think if we didn't have VAR, we would have had a free kick on the edge of the box. I don't think that would have been given as a penalty, even though the foul was committed on the line. So we got the win. That's the main thing, and onwards and upwards. I hope, but I can't see how.
So I mean, it's interesting. That thing about Bale. I mean, I was really pleased to see him come straight back into the lineup as soon as Mason's announced his first team squad. I was a bit surprised though to see Ndombele and Lo Celso in selected together alongside Højbjerg. What were your thoughts, Sarah?
Yeah, I think you guys have pretty much covered it. I sort of left with 10 minutes to go, so I missed the final 10 as I went down the pub for a meal and a couple of runs, which was rather nice. But I think it just sort of made me realise that if that was as much bounce as we're going to get, then probably Sunday was going to be disappointing, really. And yeah, I mean, I got my prediction spot on, didn't I? I said we'd win 2-1.
Yeah, I don't know about the bounce thing because, normally when you get a manager coming in, he's going to get a bit more time really to work with the players than Ryan Mason had before, before that first game. And Micky, obviously, I mean, Ryan pretty well, so yeah. How do you think he would have felt going in? I know obviously he spoke about pride and a lot of that sort of stuff, but how do you think he would have felt going into that game, a massive game, Premier League, and just sort of thrust into the limelight? Not a lot of expectation, I guess, on him at that point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would imagine without any shadow of a doubt, he will have been very nervous. Number one, some of the players he's played with, some of the players have achieved an incredible lot more than he has.
Yeah.
Some of the players are actually older than him and more experienced than him. So it must have been quite a big step and a big jump for him to take. But knowing Ryan as I know him, and I know him very, very well, he's very steely. He's very tough. He's not afraid to make decisions. He's not afraid to put himself into the forefront and stand up in a room and talk. I mean, when I was his age, at the age of 25, 26, 27, I used to get invited to dinners and they'd offer me £500 to go at the dinner and just sit with guests and talk to them. And I wouldn't go. I used to say no because I couldn't bear the thought as a 25-year-old of sitting in a room talking with a group of strangers.
Yeah.
And while they're not strangers, they're actually, some of them are world-class footballers. And it's very difficult to assert your authority on people that you are hold in such high regard. So it must have been incredibly tough for Ryan. What pleased me most about one, obviously, his appointment, but in terms of the Southampton game, I actually thought we started the first half incredibly slow, incredibly on the back foot, very much like the rest of the season, where we've sort of chosen to sit on the back foot rather than get on the front foot. And consequently, it's led us to where we are. And I thought, wow, this is not the start that Ryan needed. But then, in a funny sort of way, it sort of gave Ryan an opportunity to actually, half-time talks are not about just going in and saying what's happened or what. It's about making subtle changes